Well, let's get you updated here on our grain trade, shall we? I'm Marlin Bohling with you, and let's take a look at our quotes provided by Bar Chart first with the corn. Okay, on corn, we have December 2 cents higher at 683 and a half. Well, what happened here? We were a penny lower last time we looked, so it has reversed out a little bit, even though it's still pretty quiet on the day. We only had about a 7-cent trading range from the high to the low, including the overnight trade. So at least now it's on the plus side. Now let's move on to soybeans. What are they doing? Well, you know what? They're starting to act a little bit more perky, let's say. November beans, 11 3/4 higher. Likewise, January, 11 3/4 higher. We're at 13.93 per bushel. So double-digit gains to talk about now across the board on soybeans. Meanwhile, in the wheat in Chicago, December 5 3/4 lower at 8.33 per bushel. 3 cents from our earlier low of the day. We're still, almost 12 cents off of our overnight high. Kansas City, December down 9.5. We're at 9.28 per bushel. In the Minneapolis spring wheat trade, we have December dropping by 9.25 cents. Right now, it is trading at 9.48.5. And on that cotton market, we have the December contract starting to roar higher. Now we're up 227 points. We're at 78.40 per pound after it had been well under 77 cents there for a day or two. Well, I want to welcome aboard Ben Hushon of the mill in Whitehall, Maryland. He's our regular contributor this time each week. And Ben, I know it's been kind of going in fits and starts when it comes to fall harvest. I think the farmers kind of got shut down when Ian went skidding by there. But you've had a few frontal boundaries, I think, passing through the area, and Tim Ross has a radar map up now. Looks like another big system maybe heading your way in a couple of days. So if that's the case, are they having much luck getting the harvest done or not?
Good morning, Marlin. It's been an eventful week since we talked last Tuesday. We definitely had recovered from the Ian moisture, and we're back in the fields. Had a pretty good week. And part of the events, we had 2 days of pretty heavy frost, killing frost that finished off those double crop beans that get planted after wheat in our community. So pretty much shut them down and capped any potential yield they were going to have. And then rain rolled in Sunday night. The original forecast, not Tim Ross's, but the local forecast was, a tenth or two of rain. And boy, it just set in, and we got anywhere from a half to 2 inches of rain. So the story today is combines are parked based on the forecast for the rest of the week. They're going to be parked for several days in our community.
So you're showing some video that I see you had taken, or some photographs anyway, of the combines sitting at the edge of the field. If you had to venture a guess, do you think you're over half done now?
So talked to several people yesterday about that. We believe we're about half done. And what's interesting, the last 4 or 5 years, farmers will stop selling corn when the beans are ready because they know they're going to run into days where the sun doesn't come out. You can cut, as you well know, you can shell corn or harvest corn when it's not perfect. But soybeans, boy, it's a lot different story. So a lot of days, even a normal day that's not rainy, it may be lunchtime till that morning dew has dried off enough that you can get back out there. So they're about half done, both of those at this point in time.
I'm fascinated to see the pictures of the ear corn that you have, and in the excuse me, the old style corn cribs, the round corn cribs. Like we used to have several of them, and I remember cleaning those out. Is that for deer corn, or what is the purpose on there?
It's funny. I'm glad you mentioned that because I forgot to write that note down. Just how diverse agriculture is in our community. We've talked before some about the Amish, but the non-Amish farmers, there's all kinds of different opportunities. And we have struggled recently to find ear corn for folks that want to feed the wildlife. And that particular farmer, the Kornbauer family, is now our current supplier for ear corn. And there are several farms around that still pick corn, and they don't do it all. The Kornbauers also shell, but they just kind of those niche markets that you get when you're in the East and we have all this population around us.
Yeah, I love it. That's truly what you would call value added. In fact, I used to do some stuff like that with Indian corn, they call it, the multicolored corn, and sell it by the ear. So, yeah, you bet. Well, more power to them, and glad to see that. Brings back memories. Well, thank you for the update, Ben, and we'll talk with you next week. Ben Hushon of the mill in Whitehall, Maryland. We'll be back in a moment. It's livestock time. We'll take a look at prices next.